Types of chemical reactions, Science 10, Chemical Reactions, Video 9. So the first type is combination or addition reactions. This involves two things becoming one. So this reaction in which atoms or molecules are joined together to produce larger molecules. So it would look like this. Say I have 2Na plus Cl2. Those are going to join together and make NaCl, and we have two of those. The next type is decomposition reaction. So this is where we start with 1 and we get 2. So it's a reaction in which large molecule breaks down into smaller molecules or elements. Let's look at an example. I have 2H2O. I'll get 2 H's plus O. So I started with one thing, and I end up with 2. We're decomposing. The next is single replacement or single displacement. This is where we have one item that's moving, basically switching partners. So it's a reaction in which one atom or group of elements is replaced by another group of elements, and we have to be aware of positive and negative charges. So, for example, we can have Mg plus 2Na Br gives me Mg Br2 plus 2Na. So my Mg is positively charged. My Na is positively charged. My Br is negatively charged. So that means that my Br is switching to join up with my Mg. And that's what happened here. And my Na is left by itself. The next is a double replacement or double displacement. And I can think of this as a double-double because I have two things switching. I have my X moving to my B and my Y moving to my A. So I have two switches. So let's look at that. I'm going to have NaCl plus Al2 CO3 bracket 3 gives me Na2CO3 plus 2AlCO3. 3 and 6. So here I have my Na is going to take my CO3. My Cl is going to join with my Al. And we can see that here and here. So they've essentially switched partners. And we know they're going to go because of the charges. Positively charged, negatively charged, positively charged, negatively charged, positively charged, negatively charged, positively charged, negative charge. So positives and negatives do make a difference. The next is combustion of a hydrocarbon or hydrocarbon combustion. Short form would be CH. Or HCC. So we always start with a hydrocarbon. So it's going to be something of carbon and hydrogen plus my oxygen gives me my CO2 and my H2O. So I'm reacting with oxygen and I'm also always producing CO2 and H2O. So let's look at an example. C3H8 plus 5O2 gives me 3 CO2 plus 4 H2O. So I'll always get those results. So these will always be my products, and I will always have oxygen in the reactants in some form of hydrocarbon. let's look at another one. So here again, I have my reactants, and they're my standards, and I have my products. Always my CO2, my H2O. Neutralizations of acids and bases. So that's where we have an acid and a base. Gives me a salt and a water. So my acid is basically anything which has an H plus and an anion. Plus a cation and an OH. Because my cation is positively charged, my anion is negative charged. Then it will give me my salt, which is a combination of my cation and my anion. Negatively charged, positively charged, and H2O. So they'll always form water and a salt. The salt is my cation and my anion for my base and acid. So let's look at some examples. I have HI plus NaOH giving me H2O plus NaI. So my NaI, that's what they form, and my H's come together, my OH, form water. I also can make H2CO3 plus SR, OH2, giving me 2H2O plus SR, CO3. So I have my H's and my OH forming my water. And then I have my CO3 and SR forming my salt. We also have a seventh category, and it's known as an other category. And it's a reaction that doesn't fit any of the above types. So if something doesn't fit, it's an other.